Good day, brothers and sisters in Christ. I welcome you to our Sunday reflection for the second Sunday of the year C. The theme of our reflection is Presence leads to abundance. His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." John chapter 2, verse 5. A carpenter was building crates for clothing to send to orphanages in China. On his way home, he realized his glasses were missing, and he felt upset about having to buy a new pair during the Great Depression, especially with 6 children to care for. Months later, the director of the orphanages in China spoke at the carpenter's church, thanking them for their generosity. He shared how he had lost his glasses and prayed for a replacement. When the crates arrived, they found a pair of glasses wedged between blankets, which fit him perfectly. The congregation was thrilled, but they didn't remember sending any glasses. In the back, the carpenter, with tears in his eyes, realized that his glasses had made their way to the orphanages in China. Even though the gift of a pair of glasses was not intentional, the missionary experienced abundance. Our readings today highlight the joy that abundance can bring. In the first reading, God promises abundance, which will arrive during the Messianic age, when Jerusalem is restored. In our gospel reading, Jesus illustrates this abundance by turning water into wine, indicating that the Messianic age has begun. Our second reading reminds us that we can experience abundance if we utilize the spiritual gifts we each have received for the benefit of all. What allows the manifestation of abundance in the gospel reading? Several aspects contribute to the story. The generosity of Jesus, whose time had not yet arrived, the intercession of Mary, who seems to have encouraged him, and the obedience of the servants. The characters we can readily relate to in the story are the servants. Mary instructed them to do whatever Jesus commanded. And when he asked them to fill the jars with water, they complied without hesitation. They understood that wine was required, but did not question or mock Jesus. They simply followed his instructions. And Jesus transformed the ordinary water they provided into wine. While we might easily overlook their obedience, when reading this text, they played a crucial role in the miracle. Like the servants in the story, Jesus is not asking us to do something great. He's simply asking us to fill the pots of our lives with water. Unfortunately, we often think that we should not do anything if we cannot do great things. Consequently, our lives may be filled with grand plans that ultimately leads to nothing. Filling the pots with water can represent ordinary activities that transform into moments of grace. Parents teaching their children about the Lord, visiting someone in the hospital, the invaluable work of teachers in the classroom, spending time with a worried neighbor, offering encouragement to a friend, speaking truth to a fellow Christian, and engaging in discussions about the sanctity of life that inspire conversation in another person's heart. These are instances where the glory of Christ can manifest. Something doesn't need to be big to be significant. Yet, Jesus can turn the everyday aspect of our lives into sources of extraordinary grace. Thomas Merton articulates this fact in his book, "No Man is an Island." And I quote, "One of the most important and most neglected elements in the beginnings of the interior life is the ability to respond to reality, to see the value and the beauty in ordinary things to come alive to the splendor that is all around us in the creatures of God. We do not see these things because we have withdrawn from them. End of quote. The temptation lies in the desire to do extraordinary things. When we fill the pots of life with water, by engaging in ordinary tasks, the Lord can transform it into wine, and our gifts become a source of abundance for those we encounter. So this week I invite you to do the following. If you are not already involved in parish ministry, consider getting involved. You could also volunteer at a community center in your neighborhood. Secondly, if you receive an unexpected gift this week, consider giving part of it to someone you know who needs it more than you do, or to a local charity. Have a blessed week.